Hey everybody, how's it going? Sorry about that. Guess I've never streamed during the daytime, so I'm completely lost and backwards. Oh, hang on just a sec. Sorry. I think the mail just showed up with my arrow order. Maybe. We'll be doing a video about that later on this week. So how's everybody doing this Saturday afternoon? Um, I had a little bit of free time before game night tonight with my buddies. So I figured I'd get on. I want to talk about some new releases that come out this week that I was really excited for coming out, and I'm glad they're out, but they might not be exactly what everybody considers worth it. Uh, and we're gonna get into that a little bit today and just kind of hang out and chit chat. So before that, I'm gonna pop into the chat here real quick and see who's all here with us today. All right, we got Acres of Movies. Hey, Stacy, how's it going? Hope you're doing well this afternoon. Mingle, Midday Mingle. Not, yeah. Thanks, Johnny. I was looking for like some kind of catchy terminology to call a midday show, and I didn't really want to try to bite off of anyone else that I consider to be a friend. And I have a lot of good friends that have really neat ideas for the names of their shows. So I'm just trying my best not to do that. Got got mom in here. How's it going? Hi. We got Sarah. Hi, Sarah. Hope you're doing well today. We have one of our channel members, Tiana, in here this afternoon. How are you doing, Tiana? Thanks for popping in. Gizmo, how you doing? How you doing? Yeah, I know. I didn't realize that my chair was that I didn't have the running guy on a loop. So I'll figure it out. If Corey can stream just about once or twice a week every week and call himself a rookie, I'm gonna call myself a rookie too. Hey Steve, how's it going? Thanks for popping in, man. Oh, speaking of Corey, there he is. How's it going, Corey? And of course, we got Johnny in here. How's it going? I know that Johnny's gotten quite a bit of new movies recently too. I can't wait to see what you've got, man. I've seen your stack, but you can't see anything in the stack. Leaving it all right here for me to think about. That's what you're doing. But I can't wait to see because I'm sure that you've probably got some of the things that I've been excited about getting too. Some more hellos. The only one that Jeff Samuels gives the creeps to. I mean, maybe, but I've only ever seen him in Dumb and Dumber and maybe some bit roles here and there. I'm not a big Jeff Daniels guy just in general, but I haven't seen him in much either. A comedic role for Anthony Hopkins. Well, to be fair, I kind of think Anthony Hopkins was funny in Hannibal. I think that he brought and I'm not talking Silence of the Lambs, I'm talking about the Hannibal movie. He had a lot of quirky jokes. He turned Hannibal into an actual personality rather than just like this mysterious thing. And I laughed quite a bit with some of the little quippy one-liners he had in that one. So I would almost consider that to be a comedy of his. A hop should have been right. Yeah, I love Clerks. That's a good one. I'm choosing Good Burger. But Good Burger is definitely uh of my generation. So of course I'm gonna choose Good Burger. The Steel Dog. Is that Johnny's name now? The Steel Dog? Oh, well, I showed them off in the thumbnail. Um, I want to talk about the Kill Bills today. But I got something else too when I picked that up because I went. It took me going to 3 different Walmarts to get 2 Kill Bill movies. The story on that one's a little crazy. Laren, how's it going, dude? I hope you're doing well this afternoon, my friend. Yes, we will run the Rookies Club together, Corey. Okay, if you owned a drive-in, how often would you have the Terminator Part 1 play there? How often would you play the Mission Impossible movies if the cost of playing them wasn't an issue? Um, I would say I would say that I would probably play Terminator Part 1, I don't know, every I don't know, every 3rd or 4th Saturday. Let's say we play Terminator Part 1 once a month. Um, and then we got 7 Mission Impossible movies. We're gonna have 8. So if we were gonna have 8, um, that's a little tough because my drive-in only does 2 movies. They do double features back to back. So I would just do 2 Mission Impossible movies every week and just randomly throw the Terminator in there for maybe a Sunday show or something. But I'd play them quite often. Like I like all those movies. Terminator's one of my favorite franchises. Hey, Joel. Happy Saturday, my friend. Everyone should go check out Dark Room Reviews. He's trying to boost up his subscribers right now, and he's been doing lots of reviews on new videos and stuff, so or on like new movies and stuff. So definitely go make sure to check him out. Also, Corey is close to 400. If he's not there already, we should get him there. Let me look and see. I don't know. I haven't looked. I just know the other day when I looked, he was really close. 396. So if there's anyone in here that's not subscribed to Corey, please make sure you go over and subscribe to him. Right there at Wilkie's Movies and Music. Right. I know. I usually go live pretty late at night. I usually find myself going live late in the evenings. I was going to try to do the 10 p.m. because I thought it just kind of sounded funky and rolled off the tongue well. But I started to realize that a lot of times when I do board game night with my buddies, they like to do Saturday nights. So then if I do that, I can't really do a set Saturday night schedule on YouTube either. So I'm just going to keep doing randoms, and whoever can make it, and who can't, they can watch the replay. It's all fun for me either way. I do appreciate everybody that is able to make it in. I know I choose some random times and don't give a lot of pre-warning. Some highs back and forth. Trials and Error is a fun film with Jeff. Yeah, I'll have to look that one up. Trials and Error. Can I think that's how I do that. That may have worked. Yeah, no problem. Thanks for being here. Don't worry, Jeff. April and I have decided to do a hangout with a haul live stream tonight where I'll show everything that I've picked up. Really? Well, I'm hoping I can make some of that. Like I said, I got board game night tonight, so I might not be able to make that live. If I don't, I'm definitely checking out the replay though, because I want to see what you've got. I seen your stack, sir, and I'm quite impressed. Yes, everyone, please make sure to check out Johnny's stream tonight. I'm hoping that I'll be able to check it out. I told the guys I had to be done gaming by 10 tonight, so I might be home by 12. It'd be like that sometimes. I'm going to skip that comment. Gizmo about Steel Dog. The best scene in Predator 2. I'm trying to think about Predator 2. Probably when he's running the rooftops there in town. I don't know. I still like the way it looks when they're just driving the cars through town during the LA riots and stuff. I still like that part, getting to see like the LA riots and the Predator being like within that scenery. I like that. What movies have I seen at the drive-in? Well, I remember when I was young, we seen Die Hard with a Vengeance and Lethal Weapon 3. Uh, I haven't been to the drive-in many years, but I guess probably the most recent was probably Toy Story 3 and Batman Dark Knight. Like I said, I don't go very often. I used to go and see comic book movies all the time, like Fantastic Four, Rise of Silver Surfer, Hulk with Eric Bana. Seen all those in the drive-in. It used to be a lot easier to make that 55-minute drive when I didn't have kids and a family and all that one way to go to the drive-in. But when I look at that, I'm looking at almost 2 hours in drive time. When you drive that far, you want to watch both films when they do their double feature. So then it turns into about 4 hours there. So it turns into a whole ordeal where it's a 6 to 7 hour trip, and that's or a 6-7 hour ordeal, and that's all fine and good. But I can just go to the theater a little more locally sometimes. I don't know. I've been having a love-hate relationship with the theater in 2025. I was going to start trying to go more often, and my local theaters are not playing the new release movies that I want to see. So, and it's just too cold for the drive-in right now. I will make a YouTube audio podcast discussing the best villains of Seagal movies and some romantic comedies I enjoy. I hope to make that audio YouTube project soon, and it will be 20 minutes or so. Hey, I'll check that out. I'll have a good time checking that out. I like Steven Seagal movies. I don't know much about them, and you couldn't really pop me on any trivia about it because I don't really know anything about Steven Seagal movies. I just know that through the 90s, my dad was a big Steven Seagal fan. So we had Steven Seagal movies on VHS, Laserdisc, DVD, all through the 90s. So I'll check it out. I have not seen Mobsters. Yes, thank you for sharing Joel's link. Everyone, please go subscribe to him if you're not. Sorry about that. Well, so I'm bad about the names of board games. About the time that I fell into this, the YouTube movie community was around the exact same time that I started hanging out with my buddies and doing board games. So about 2.5 years now. I only have like your regular board games, your standard Clue and like a lot of monopolies and that kind of stuff. But one that I've been playing with my buddies that I really enjoyed was one called Camel Up, and it's just because it's quick and witty and really fun. But we're playing a campaign right now of Star Wars Imperial Assault, and that one is really fun. We're about halfway through the campaign right now, and I'm hoping that we play another campaign once we finish it because that's been a lot of fun. Eli, how's it going, man? I'm glad you were able to pop in today. I know a little bit of a different time for for me and everyone else. Yes, thank you for sharing Corey's link. There's his link right there, everyone. Please make sure to go hit him up. I would love to see him get to 400 soon. Um, maybe if they see it, like, on my Facebook, but I don't really promote on Facebook per se. Whatever you guys see on my Instagram, like, post-wise or story-wise, I have it set to automatically share to Facebook, so from time to time, people on Facebook do see things, I'm sure, but I don't get on there and tell a whole bunch of people, and I think most of my friends know, but I'm not sure. I don't really ask them to come on and do it. To be honest, I'm still a little skeptical about people that live close to me and maybe know the roundabouts where I live as to what I have in here. So if they watch my channel, they'll know what I'm still a little creeped out by that kind of stuff. So I don't really yell it loud and obnoxious like that. Plus, most of my friends, they probably wouldn't care about the YouTube stuff. Some more highs. Oh, he will be canceled. I mean, everybody seems to get canceled anymore, so it would not surprise me. Scolder, how's it going? Thanks for popping in. Um, I had a different kind of time today. Like I said, I haven't seen him in much. Dumb and Dumber. I don't know. If I think about Jeff Daniels, sometimes I get him confused with Jeff Bridges. So, and so it's kind of hard for me to remember what all he's in. Ooh, some pizza. Don't make me hungry now. Don't make me hungry. uh, Something wild. Okay, see, I'll have to check that out. I've never heard of it. Demise, something wild. I'll have to check that out. I'm falling super behind in the chat. I'm really good for that. I'm gonna try to see if I could jump up. I always get Jeff Daniels mixed up with that dude from Full House, Alanis Morissette. Dan Coiter, something like that is his name, or something like that. But yeah, everybody always gets Jeff Daniels mixed up with somebody else, right? Oh, goodness. I've never heard of that one. I'll have to ask the fellas if they have it. One of my buddies that we go to his house, he apparently has a whole closet downstairs full of board games. Like, he buys board games like I buy movies and video games. So, would not surprise me if he had that one sitting there. Would Guess Who or Monopoly or Game of Life be a more appealing movie-based board game for you to see? Maybe okay, so I would roll with Guess Who right off the top because they could just turn it into a murder mystery like a Knives Out type of movie and do it like that. That makes a lot of sense. Monopoly, I think there's even a movie being made right now for Monopoly, and I believe there's even a movie being made for the Game of Life. So, but I would go with Guess Who because I think it would be easy to just use the name and the trademark and turn it into like a murder mystery. Yeah, man, I'll have to look into that for sure, for sure. Hey Jamie, how's it going? Great stream with Davey last night. That was a lot of fun. Everybody should go check out her channel and definitely check out that live stream with Davey Deathray from last night. Lots of fun. Oh, Tiana, thank you. We have a super chat today. Thank you. Thank you. Was not expecting that. I'm getting real close to my first payout, or so I hear. There's like a bar on there that says you have to make like $100 or something, and then they'll cash you out. And I don't know how long it takes for them to actually like deposit. From what I understand, they have like 2 different days that they deposit or something. But I'm gonna try to build it up, and maybe my first YouTube paycheck will be like my down payment on a Switch 2. My kids really, really, really want a Switch 2. So that might be what you guys are all helping me obtain, is a Switch for the kids. And some Mario Kart 9. What do you guys think about that? That's going to be a lot of fun. Got some highs here. Oh, hey, don't worry. Everybody has little hiccups and mess ups, and we were all just happy to see your return to YouTube. So I would not worry one bit about the way that the camera was. It was of no issue for us viewers. Sorry, I heard the cat crying. I thought maybe I closed him in the room with me. I had to just double check real quick. My 3 favorite Ridley Scott movies. Okay, let me look. Okay, I'm really bad about directors and actors and that kind of thing, and what they're in and what they've done. So now let me look him up real quick, because I know I like a lot of his stuff, but I'm also wanting to do a watch along, or not a watch along, but I'm wanting to do like a watch list and watch through a lot of his movies. Um, I I would say that my favorite, let's see, my top 3, I would probably go with Thelma and Louise. And these are not in any particular order, because I can't really put them in an order, because like I said, I'm just kind of coming off the top of my head. And I haven't seen all his movies. I do like Hannibal, but that's not one of my favorites of his. Thelma and Louise, Legend, and Gladiator are probably my 3 favorites. Yes, same, Eli, same. I echo that same exact sentiment. I've never seen Bull Durham. Almost 9 PM where you're at. Wow. So I do apologize if I have people that watch me from other parts, like, of the world and everything. I am pretty close-minded when it comes to, like, how the algorithm works and where, like, my content kind of gets pushed out to. I always just assume, oh, it's this time, my time, and I'm East Coast Standard Time in the United States. So I always just assume, okay, well, it's this time, my time, and 3 hours is West Coast. And that's all I ever think about. I never think about people being ahead of me or behind me in time or any of that. So I'm glad that I can appease some other viewers by going live in the daytime. It's very nice. I was not sure that I'd have anybody popping in today, so I really appreciate everyone being here. It means a lot. It does. It was great. No need for a sequel. Yeah, like I said, I have no fight in that, or I have no dog in that fight. I've never seen it. Spidey senses are tingling. Mark, hey, how's it going? You were here like 5 minutes ago, brother. I hope you're still here. I'm so far behind in the chat. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. I mean, I guess 5 minutes isn't terrible, but I didn't think it was popping off like that for me to um for me to be that far behind. But it's glad I'm glad to see you in here, Mark. I know it's middle of the day, Saturday. It's your day off. You're hanging out with the kids, enjoying your family. My brother, I hope that if you're watching me, if you're listening to me, I am just on your phone, like in your pocket or over sitting on the table. I love up on them boys for me, man. I can't believe your oldest is 2 already. Seems like yesterday. Ray Liotta's in that. See, I might have to look into that. I might have to look into that. Yeah, yeah. Davey has one of the most respectable chats on YouTube. I don't care if there's 5 people or 10 people or 50 people watching him live. His chats are always popping off. They're always on topic and on point and respecting his guest. He's got some good stuff going on over there. I super respect what Davey's got going on over there, and really respect his community over there. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, of course, I do want to play Mario Kart 9 as well and all that, but I'm gonna trade in and sell my Switch to get the Switch 2 kind of deal. But I don't undock my Switch. My Switch basically just stays docked to the TV like 90% of the time. I might take it to the bedroom to play a game of Tetris in bed sometimes. But for the most part, I'm playing mine on the TV, and I know the kids really want to play like the new Mario Kart, and they're super excited for it. And I've already told them, hey, we're gonna get it, and we're gonna dock it to the TV, and it's gonna be the family's Switch. And I think they're all pretty happy about that. I mean, I am. I've been kind of done with the Switch since right before the OLED model came out, and I thought the OLED model was not really needed. I mean, my daughter has one, and it's a nice handheld, but there's no point to upgrade from a regular Switch, in my opinion. That would be a fun Guess Who maybe to play Franz. Ronji Dangerfield would have been good for Peter. Yes, yes, Chris Pratt for one of the faces. Yeah, for sure, for sure. Oh, you know what? I'm taking Gladiator off there. I'm gonna put Alien. I'm gonna put Alien. Johnny, I didn't get far enough down his list, and I hit Legend, and I'm like, yeah, Legend is about that, and I just didn't get far enough down to see Alien. If I would have seen that, it would have been Thelma Louise, Legend, and Alien, because I really enjoyed Alien. Now, I did not see Alien until for the first time until last January, and I watched it so that way I could do a list for Tim Talks Talkies communities top. I think we were doing top 25 movies from the 70s, and I'm like, everybody's gonna have Alien in their list, and I've not even seen it, so I think I need to watch it. And it's in my it ended up being in my list. I don't know why it took me so many years to watch the first Alien movie, but it did. And I've still not seen any of the others. I've watched Prometheus, but that's it. And the Alien vs Predator movies, but that's more because I'm a Predator fan. Thank you for the kind words, Stacy. I try real hard to keep up with the chat and respond to everybody, and always respond to the comments on my videos and my my replays of the live streams. I always try to comment back as much as I can. Um, I as someone who watches YouTube, I sometimes feel like some of the people I watch don't always pay as much attention to their chats and their comments as they could. Also, to be fair, some of them are getting thousands of comments. So if I start getting thousands of comments, I might miss some. Yes, and thank you for that, Stacy. I would be down for that because I consider Waterworld to be kind of like a sci-fi movie because it's like a futuristic dystopian movie, but it's like sci-fi in the sense that we already blew up our world and stuff. So I don't know, but I'd like to see Kevin Costner in some sci-fi movies. I like Kevin Costner. I think he's a great actor. Okay. Ruger Hauer calls you. It's 1984. You run a studio and you are your age now. He wants you to suggest for him to be in Blown Away or Speed 2. What do you tell Ruger? Thanks. I've never seen Blown Away, but I'm still going to tell him to go at Speed 2 because if we have a such thing as guilty pleasures, Speed 2 is a guilty pleasure for me. I remember watching that with my grandpa on Laserdisc for the first time, and he was like, all right, we're gonna have breakfast in bed today because we were back in his bedroom. He was like, we have breakfast in bed. He said, I have this new Laserdisc player that I just hooked up in the bedroom and I want to test it. We're gonna test it out with Speed 2. And we got done watching it, and I remember he was like, that wasn't very good. He said, but I like Sandra Bullock. But damn, does my new Laserdisc player in my bedroom look good and sound good back here. And that was about the time that I and this was like 1997, 1998, but that was about the time that I realized that I was going to be a man of quality. I wanted to have best quality of my films and my video games and my content. And at that point, I was only like 8 or 9 years old. So I got that realization pretty quick. So I have a lot of memories tied to Speed 2. So I'm going with Speed 2 for that. It has a Criterion. All right. I need to add that to my Criterion list right now because if not, I will forget it. Luckily, Criterion has an app now that you can use to track all your stuff. I really dig it. At least for Android, they do. And I really dig that because when people suggest Criterions, I can just throw them in because Criterion might actually be the I'm pretty sure it's the boutique that I have the most of. That's from 86. Oh, I have seen people talk about this. I'm definitely adding it to my wish list, but I've seen people talk about this because I've seen that Blu-ray cover before from Criterion. So, okay, something wild. It's got the handcuffs on it. Cool. Definitely check that out. Probably always best to not shut down if people don't like something or their art. Sometimes the sins of the filmmakers and performers take away from their art. This is true. Would have never made any art anyways or not mess me. Yep. Yeah. And it sucks because he made one of my favorite horror movies. I really like Clown House. That's one of my favorites. Hey, thank you. Now, okay. Now, like I said, I've never seen Blown Away, and I know it's harked as like a really good film and really good movie. But you guys know me when it comes to films and everything. To me, it's not always about how good the film is. Sometimes my sentimental value and a memory that I have tied to it will always make that movie triumph and trump over any really good, well-made movie. That's just, that's just kind of how I view movies and how I decide what I'm buying and what I'm adding to my collection. I'm gonna skip over some of these comments. There's stuff going on in there. We're not gonna look at that. Anyways, yes, Speed 2 is great. See, I have a fun time with it. I understand it's not as good as Speed 1. I love Speed 1. I have Speed 1 on my 4K, the works. I don't even own Speed 2. I've thought about getting the Blu-ray, but I know as soon as I get the Blu-ray for Speed 2, that's going to be the next 4K. even though it's not a bad movie, even though it's not considered a really good movie, it will get a 4K if I buy it, because even the worst movies are getting 4Ks now. And I like Speed 2, and there is an audience that does as well. So I'm waiting on buying Speed 2 for my collection, because I'd like it to sit here on my, well, I can't, it's hard to reach backwards, isn't it, Corey? Like you said yesterday, you can see Speed 1 right there. So I'd like to get Speed 2 and sit it right next to it on the shelf. I started separating all my boutiques out right here on this shelf, and now my wife says she doesn't like trying to find movies. She says it's too hard to find movies now. So Speed 2 studio release, Sony can release it for Disney 20th Century, whatever. That'd be fine. Okay, see, I'm not the only one. A little crazy, but you know. I would say it's worth a rewatch. I think it's on HBO Max or whatever we're calling it nowadays. I think that's the last place I seen it was on Max. My favorite Sandra Bullock movie. Off the top of my head, this is another one that's a little touchy-goey as well. I like Premonition. I know that that's not considered like the best Sandra Bullock movie. But like I said, it's all about the memory with that one. And I remember watching Premonition with my grandma, and when it was over, I remember the look on her face, and the way that I could see how she felt with that movie. So for me, I'm gonna go with Premonition, even though Mom's got to go in here too. Lake House. I love the Lake House. That's another one I need to add to my collection. I had it on HD DVD with my first HD DVD collection before I sold them all, and I've never replaced it. Married to the Mob. I just got that on Kino Lorber DVD. I need to finally check that out. I've never seen the film before. Speaks the truth. Clown House is vastly underrated as a movie. Yes, it does make it a hard watch. It really does, Johnny. That's why I'm not spending crazy money on the film. I haven't paid to import it. I'm not gonna pay somebody on eBay hundreds of dollars for a DVD of it. That's one that I have a digital copy of, and I don't feel bad for it, because I don't think that anybody that's directly associated with that film deserves to make the money off of said film, except for the 3 kids that were in it. So, and Sam Rockwell don't even need the money anymore. And it's super underrated. Most people don't even realize that's Sam Rockwell's first movie. And he's just as good in that as he is in everything he does today. But then again, I know some people don't like Sam Rockwell. I'm a fan of his, so I still want to see Poltergeist, his remake of Poltergeist. I love Poltergeist, the original. I've heard mixed things about the remake, and I'm really just holding out to watch the remake in 3D, because you guys know me. That's just kind of how I am, 3D or bust. Maybe, but I don't really know how much I like the de-aging thing. Like when it comes to de-aging, it looked a little funky when they did like Luke Skywalker on The Mandalorian, and that's okay. Like at least it was actually Mark Hamill acting, and then they just kind of de-aged over his face. It wasn't like a dead actor they brought back from, the dead or anything, and like fake planted him in there or anything like that. So that's nice. But Sebastian Stan would have played a really good young Luke as well. So I actually think there's good actors that could be cast as younger portrayals, or continue on. If we're gonna stick with the same drawn out stories that we've been using for the last 40 and 50 years in Hollywood, then give the roles to new actors. There's new actors out there that can portray our favorite characters just as good, but they need to give it to the right actors. That's the thing. Cody, dude who loves movies. Man, everybody, please go check out Cody. He just did a really awesome 90s soundtrack. He did such a good job in December doing 90s videos and like our favorite things of the 90s that he's rolled it into January as well. So I'm glad we're getting 2 months of 90s goodness from the dude. Please go check him out. If it wasn't for Cody, I I may not have my YouTube channel, um, at least not to the degree that I have it in. One of my very first videos when it comes to physical media is unboxing something that I won from his channel. And Cody's just continuously been a really good friend of mine for the last 2 years. So please make sure you go check him out. Would I see an ICP origin story movie? I would see it, but I'd probably sit there and dog it the whole time because they probably wouldn't get things right. Just to be honest, I know so much about their lore and their backstory and all this being like into them for the last 21 or 22 years that if they did a movie on it, they probably wouldn't get it right and they'd probably make a lot of people mad unless they just let the clowns do it themselves. But as a longtime like juggalo, I would be down for it. I love the attention and the respect that the Insane Clown Posse is getting in 2025. I mean, they're going to be at Bonnaroo this year. Come on, like I think it's awesome. I think it's awesome. So I I think we're in a world now where an origin movie would happen. I would not be surprised by that. Got some more highs. Yes, yes. It was a great video. And of course, you had to talk about Men in Black. You know, we love Men in Black. Holland. Okay, cool. It's officially it's an officially official live stream. Thanks for popping in, Holland. Yeah, I think it's kind of underrated. I just recently upgraded the DVD to a Blu-ray as well. I got the Blu-ray for 99 cents or $1.99 or something at McKay's. I like the net as well. So I have a 3-pack DVD and it's got Premonition, the net, and 28 Days. Great 3-pack. I love all 3 of those Sandra Bullock movies. I mean, I'm trying to think here. Are there bad Sandra Bullock movies? So it's really like, is there a wrong answer when you say this is my favorite Sandra Bullock movie? Because can there be a wrong answer if there's not a bad movie? Is my whole thing on it, you know? Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe there's a lot of bad Sandra Bullock movies, but I don't feel that there is. I don't. Let's see. Yeah, man. Yeah, he can dance. He sure can. See, okay, cool. See, we got some Sam Rockwell love up in here. Has been known to cut a little rug. Yes, he has. I really dig seeing all the Sam Rockwell love. It's awesome. It's awesome. No, dude, Cody, thank you, my friend. I have really enjoyed making a friendship with you over the last couple years here on YouTube. It's been one of meeting people and like making the friends has been what this has been all about for me, and it's been one of my favorite things. And just how cool you've been and how much of a good friend you've been over the years. Like, as welcoming as you was at the beginning of me trying this is why I even decided to keep going. So thank you, Cody. Thank you. I have not. I do like some North Shore movies, though. I just got Chasing Mavericks not too long ago, and I really want to see that. I, for one, hope 90s month never ends. I agree with you, Aaron. Let's do a 90s year. A decade wasn't enough. We need another year. Yes. Yes, go show him some love, like his newest video. After we get done with my live stream, go watch a video or two of his. A favorite steelbook art that I own. Right now, I know it's kind of new still. Right now, my favorite steelbook is probably still the Killer Clown steelbook last year. It was so good that I own. Now, one that I've seen recently, I follow this guy on Instagram, Matt's Movie Room, I think, and he got a Turbine steelbook. I think it was Turbine did a steelbook for Twister, the 96 movie, and I really liked it because it did that thing that where it opens up and it's all one picture on the open up. And I know that my buddy Jordan over at the Movie Den loves steelbooks like that. Like his favorite steelbook last year was 300 because it opened up and did that one panoramic scene. I love steelbooks that do that. So I always choose a panoramic steelbook if I can. What if ICP made that of themselves with a huge budget theoretically? Thanks. Also, have you seen their ICP movies such as the comedy movies? So, I have every single one of their DVDs except for one documentary from 1997, and I don't have the DVD, but I still have the VHS of it. So, I have all their stuff. I even have a an unofficial fan make Blu-ray of their 2 movies and the TV show they did on Fuse TV because they released the Fuse TV show that they did, which was basically a Beavis and Butthead show with just ICP. They released it on DVD at one of their music festivals, but they weren't really technically allowed to do it. They didn't have the rights from uh, Fuse to do it. So I didn't feel bad about buying the Blu-rays because it put the episodes in high definition, like it was high definition cuts. So, like I said, I have pretty much all their stuff when it comes to that. I'm missing a handful of their CDs, but I have just about all their stuff. I collect ICP stuff before I collect anything else, really, most of the time. Calm down a little bit. I mean, I think so. I like Elijah Wood. Um, and I love Last Action Hero, but I like the kid that's in Last Action Hero. So yes, yes. Have we got him there yet? We need to. Um, Corey to 400. That's where I'm at right now, guys. I'm trying to get Corey to 400. That's my goal. Can we do that? Can we? I'm hoping that not everybody. Well, I hope that everybody here is already subscribed to him. But if you're not, I hope you go and do it. So. If you ran a studio, what would you cast Sam Rockwell in? Thanks. Sam Rockwell. Honestly, any kind of comedy. And I'd love to see more comedies. We just don't have comedies like we used to anymore, and I miss that. Oh, Laren, yes. Dude, The Substance. So good. So good. You're gonna love it. You're gonna love it. Dude who loves 90s. I mean, he could just continuously make all kinds of 90s content. I tune in for all of it. It don't have to be about movies. It could be about cereal from the 90s, slime colors, all kinds of stuff. Nice. I streamed The Substance and I'd love to get the 4K, but it's out of stock on Amazon and pushed out for 2-3 months. Like I said, I went to 3 Walmarts and we're about to get into that an hour into the stream. I went to 3 Walmarts to get what I got this week. And all 3 Walmarts had The Substance, but they only had the Blu-ray and the DVD. And yes, I want to own the film, but I think The Substance is going to get a big box boutique. I would almost think so. I'm trying to see a child's play where Chucky gets enlarged. Oh, that'd be cool. That'd be cool. A Fool and His Money, also known as Religion Inc., one of her early. Okay, okay, so there's a bad one. Scolder came correct. He's like, yeah, I got a bad one right here. I'll show you right now what I got. It's this one. This is a bad Sandra Bullock movie. Hey Sarah, hope you're doing well today. Oh, actually, I think he would make a better Inspector Gadget than Matthew Broderick. I love Inspector Gadget because, like, I grew up watching the Inspector Gadget cartoon. I was so excited about the movie. Going back to my grandpa, the first time I ever watched the original Inspector Gadget might have been a DVD. There is no Blu-ray of those, I don't think, anyways. But it might have been DVD by that point. And we watched it on his projector. And I've always loved the movie. Um, but I don't like Matthew Broderick. And that's the worst part about the movie to me is Matthew Broderick as Inspector Gadget. I liked French better as Inspector Gadget, but the second movie's story was just so crap. So let's do a story like the first Inspector Gadget live action and put Sam Rockwell in it. I'm down for that. Ooh, it's good, Sarah, but be careful. If you're not into body horror, it will freak you out a bit. See, I need to see that one still. I need to see the way back. Yes, Laren, please do. I definitely want to know what you think about that one, buddy. Yes, dude. Umbrella did it, and maybe they package in like the a syringe filled with like some green looking goo, and it doesn't have to be goo. It could just be like colored and just look like it's filled with. I'm telling you, that movie deserves a big box edition, and I think it's coming. I'm just gonna save my money and wait for it. It has to. It's selling so well on standard editions that they're gonna do it. They're going to. Yes, I loved Flow. I loved it. Me and my wife and my kids watched it together, and that was one of the best silent films I've seen because it's technically a silent film in a lot of ways. I don't know much about vehicles. I'm gonna go with basically give me any version of the Batmobile and I'm straight. I like them all. All right. So it only took me almost an hour to get all caught up with the chat and talk to everybody. But I want to talk about what I grabbed this week. Um, it took me 2 Walmarts to find these, but I got the Kill Bill 4Ks. I I was kind of interested in the steelbooks until I started hearing all the horror stories from the Lionsgate steelbooks. Um, and these movies are some of my favorites. My favorite Quentin Tarantino movies are, if I do top three, I'm gonna say, and this is not in any order because depending on the day it changes. I'm gonna say Pulp Fiction, Reservoir Dogs, and Kill Bill. And I consider Kill Bill to be one movie. I always have, and I always will. Um, I was working out of town on Friday and decided to hit up a Walmart that was out of town that I sometimes get to go to. I went there a couple months ago and got some clearance steel books. If you guys recall that video, it's on my channel. You guys can go check it out. I went to a Walmart and did some shopping, and they had a bunch of clearance steel books. So I went back. I was near that Walmart again, and I found that they had, I think, 2 copies. I think it was 2 copies of each, volume 1 and 2. Now this is in a pretty good condition. I'm not too upset about it. It's nice that I got a steel book, or I got slipcovers, because I found out that Canada lost slipcovers altogether, even for the Lionsgate. So they're not getting slipcovers at all anymore. I apologize, Tiana. Slipcovers are nice and they are beautiful. I don't usually care about them too often, but for these I did. This was just one of those things that I cared about the slipcover for these. They're really nice. They're really, really nice. And the reason why I cared about the slipcover for these is because I've already paid full price for these movies once before. I already had the individual Blu-rays, and I bought them the day they came out as they came out. Now, these came out together on the same day because by the time Blu-ray was out, by the time the Blu-ray format came out, Kill Bill was already out, both volumes. So I want to say I paid about $25 a piece for these on Blu-ray. So I was already $50 deep in on these back in the day. So if I was going to spend $27 a piece, which, funny story, they're closer to $30. I wanted to make sure I got slipcovers because I wanted to get the entire item that they were selling me again, since I was paying full price again. And I'm going to be just as honest as half the other YouTubers about these. If you have these and you have an OLED and you have a 4K player, like a standalone 4K player that does really good upscaling, you don't really need these. If you love the Kill Bill movies, buy them. You'll enjoy them. You'll love them. You will. You won't be disappointed. But if you have these and you have a good player and a good TV that does good upscaling, you're not gaining much buying the 4Ks. Now, what I did notice, and I don't know if a lot of other YouTubers are talking about this with these 4Ks. The sound on these are so much better. Okay, so I don't want to talk about these quite yet because everybody's talked about them and everything, right? I didn't want to get the steelbooks from Lionsgate because I kind of feel what Lionsgate's doing right now with this whole Lionsgate Limited. I don't think I don't think they have the clout for it. They make really good steelbooks, but they make really good steelbooks for $20, $25. And just because the economy's changed a little bit doesn't change their worth to me. They're not worth $40 a piece for transfers that are questionable, because they kind of are. And we'll talk about that in a minute. So I wanted to get the slipcovers. Plus, I really like the art on these slipcovers. I think they're really decent. But like I said, the first one I went to, every one of them, they put them in those freaking clamp plastic boxes. And for some reason, they haven't learned that you put the slipcover ones in the old DVD ones. Because the actual Blu-ray ones are actually made for video games that don't have slipcovers, or Blu-rays that don't have slipcovers. The slipcover Blu-rays only fit correctly in the DVD snap lock boxes. If you put them in the Blu-ray cases, it crushes them up. And every single one of them were crushed or had rips down back, like right back here. They were all ripped up. So I did something a little funky. I was in that first Walmart and I bought part 2 first. Not even knowing if the other Walmart that I went to, I'd be able to find part 1. Because this slipcover was really decent looking. Like, there's no scratches or dings or rips or anything in it. And I didn't get Jackie Brown because to be honest, I really didn't have the funds to spend $90 this week on 3 movies that I already have. I have Jackie Brown in a really nice Digibook Blu-ray already, and it's just not one of my favorites. At some point, I do plan to grab Jackie Brown, and I do hope to still get it with the slipcover so it just looks nice and it matches up and everything. But I just couldn't see myself doing that. And the reason why I know for sure that they were $30, at least for me with my taxes and everything, is because when I went to a second Walmart and all of their slipcovers were ripped up and torn and busted up. They put all of them in those really slim lock boxes. So it crushed all the boxes. And I'm talking for Kill Bill 1, 2, for Jackie Brown, for The Substance, for Smile 2. Every single slip cover was damaged. And this is my local store. I was not very happy about this. So I left there and I drove another hour in a different direction to get this. Now, I was still in my same state, so I still had my same state taxes and whatever. And I bought this by itself. So I don't really know what it's costing people with taxes and everything. I just know that the list price on the shelf seems to be the same for everyone, which is $27.99 or $27.96 or whatever, right? I bought just this by itself. When I cashed out what I cashed for or what I paid for just this one item was $29.92. That's $30. Okay. So that's why I didn't get all three of them, because of $90. Now, I did get 2 movies. I did pick something else up with this. And I'm going to show that off real quick because I have it here and I just want to throw it on the shelf, and I'm not going to worry about throwing it into a haul video because I'm not going to do a haul video for these anyways. But what I picked up with Kill Bill Volume 2, way left field. It had nothing to do with it. I could have picked up Jackie Brown, but I knew I didn't really quite have the funds to spend 90, and I wasn't going to get Kill Bill Volume 2 and Jackie Brown and not Volume 1, because every time I've ever bought Kill Bill, it's Volume 1, Volume 2, because to me, it's one film. But I did get this one, and when I was looking through it, like I said, guys, this was the Walmart I went to that I did a hunt video in 3 or 4 weeks ago, and they had all the clearance steelbooks. When I looked this up on Amazon, it was still a $30 4K steelbook. And these have been reduced in this store for a while. So nobody in their town is shopping physical media, which is crazy that nobody in their city is shopping physical media and they can't send any of these steelbooks to my store, because I never seen any of these steelbooks show up to my store. It's not all dinged up. It's not all dented. It's in really nice mint condition. I haven't watched the movie yet, so I did something that I don't normally do, and I double dipped on a movie that I've not seen. But I like the topic of conversation in the film. And I got the steelbook for Weird, the Al Yankovic story. Like I said, I really want to see this. I just haven't watched it yet. I have the standard Shout Factory slipcover, but when I seen this and it was marked down to $15, I just had to get it. Like I said, it was basically was going to be half the price of the Jackie Brown, and so I kind of put myself into the corner where it's like, okay, you're going to spend $75 today, because I bought this in Volume 2, knowing that I was still looking for Volume 1. But that's okay. Like I said, I really wanted this. I've seen this unboxed before, and it was a really nice, steelbook in all the unboxings that I've seen. I really like the way the purple and everything popped on it. And from what I've understood, everyone seems to say that Daniel Radcliffe has done a really good job playing Weird Al, and that this is a parody of it's like a parody of a biopic. I'm glad. I'm glad about that. So very cool. But that's all the steelbooks that they had at that store. They didn't have any of the new release ones. They didn't have any of the newer ones that I've seen. I've still not seen in the wild a Winnie the Pooh 2 steelbook, or I'd grab that almost immediately to go with my Winnie the Pooh 1, the Blood and Honey. I'd get part 2 in a heartbeat, but I've just not seen it out and about. And I don't really like ordering steelbooks because I hate to talk bad about it, but the people that deliver my mail to me do not take care of my packages the way that I take care of packages that I send people. Like they literally throw it against my house. They don't even walk up to my door. I had them throw an Amazon envelope of some of those Amazon 3 for $33 deals and messed up the 2 slipcovers in there a little bit. I wasn't too upset or uptight about it because, well, I got the movies for like $11 a piece. So it really wasn't like a big deal to me, but for me to make a fuss about it, but I was not happy about it. Sorry about that, guys. All right, so I'm gonna pop back up here in the chat real quick, and then I'll give my thoughts on. I did not start where I was at. I'm hoping that. Pop, pop, pop. Ellen, okay, there, Eleanor. I think that's where we were at. Forget about the Ecto one. Yeah, we love the Ecto one, right? Yeah, I'm glad I found them too, because honestly, if I would have went to that third store and not found a good slipcover or a decent enough slipcover for volume 1, I would have returned volume 2 and not had either one of them. And maybe I would have got Jackie Brown. I would have saved myself some money. But to be honest, they from what I've gathered, now if I'm wrong, somebody please reach out to me and correct me. But from what I understand, the Blu-ray discs that are in here are the same ones that are in here. They don't look the same. They don't. I've opened it all up. I've watched these. I've already watched these. The discs do not look the same. Not at all. Like the disc art on them are different. They like I even put this back in and start watching through part 1 again. But the disc art is different. And I'm assuming it's just to kind of match the new packaging, because like these ones, they had, they matched their packaging. So that's what I assume. But from what I understand, they are the exact same versions of the Blu-ray disc. So that's why that's why I was being so particular about making sure that I got the slipcovers too, because I wanted the whole package if I was dipping. But getting these Kill Bills actually do one thing that is my main goal for this year, which is to upgrade. So I'm upgrading the Blu-rays. I'm going to be getting rid of these Blu-rays to make a little bit more room on my Blu-ray tower, my spinner shelf. So if so that way I can make more room to get more Blu-rays in here, because I have a little bit more room over on this side where I put my 4Ks. So just stuff like that. The Ecto one is a goat. As well as Eleanor in the remake. Yeah. Yes. I love them too. Like I said, I'm really glad that I found them. And I'm glad you found them too, Tiana. I seen you had them. Caveman, thanks for popping in, buddy. I hope you're doing well today, Caveman. I haven't seen you in a minute. I'm way behind on the chat. 17 watching, 12 likes. Hey, 12 likes is better than no likes. Thank you all. Thank you all so much. I had the Blu-ray Steelbook. Wow, that's awesome. Now, see, that's something that I need to learn. I need to learn how to sell my stuff once I get doubles, because, like I said, I think I want to sell these. I think if I find somebody personally in like my real life, they're in new condition. I've watched these Blu-rays maybe 3 or 4 times in the last 10, 12, 13, however many years I've had these since they came out on Blu-ray. So whatever year these came out, but I was figuring, I could sell the set for, like $20 or something, maybe recoup a little bit of my money back. And I didn't feel like it was too terrible of a price to sell them for. But that's why I say I don't really know much about that. I don't really know how to resell my stuff too well. Yes, dude, the car from the Wraith. Yes, I love the Wraith. I need that Vestron so bad, but I hear it's expensive now. Oh, did you get all 3 of the Steelbooks, Caveman? Like I said, I'm not saying that nobody should get them. So the reason why I was so uptight about it was like, so maybe the Steelbooks are worth the $40, but to me, that was always the sweet spot about the Lionsgate, was the $20, $25. Okay, if they got to go up a little bit, that's fine. What I'm not liking is they're charging the premium price and people are getting warped, wavy, clear slipcovers for their steelbooks. And I'm sorry, but if you think that your product is a premium boutique style product, it needs to show up like a boutique labeled product. I've never gotten a wavy warped slipcover from Vinegar Syndrome. I've never got a wavy warped dented up slipcover from Arrow. That's kind of my thing on that, because they've also said that if it has small dinks, damages, or wavy slips, they're not replacing them. So to me, I don't feel like they deserve my money. But that's just me. I'm never one to like judge anybody for what they want, what they like. I think the steelbooks have great artwork on them, but with the 50-50 shot and the way that my delivery people drop off my packages, my stuff could be fine all the way up till they reach my door, and then they're thrown at my door, and my steelbook's dented all to crap, and they're not going to replace it. So to me, I can't see spending what it was like $42 a piece after tax and everything on them, roughly, for those. I just can't. It was a bit hard for me to buy these at 30 with the slips, but you know, that's our new standard price, I guess, So yeah, man, I don't have that. I have my closest Walmart from where I'm sitting right now is a 20-minute drive. If I drive from that Walmart, my next closest Walmart from that Walmart is another 45 minutes. From where I sit, besides those two Walmarts, because that one I can get there in about 55 minutes. My other closest Walmart is 55 minutes in the other direction. And that's from where I sit. I have to go anywhere from, I got to go 25 minutes for my local. And my local Walmart basically only carries DVDs. They almost never get 4Ks or Blu-rays. So I was surprised that they even had these Quentin Tarantino 4Ks, but they ruined them all because they don't know how to do it in electronics. And I've complained to my store before. I had a manager tell me she was going to talk to the employees about it because I might be like the main person buying new release movies like that at my Walmart. And if they're damaging them and I'm not buying them, they're sitting there until they're clearanced, but they don't get clearanced at my store. They get sent away. So it's really weird, man. Like, I don't have a good Walmart. I have to drive for everything. That's why, to me, personally, I'm real close to just doing a once a month drive to Orbit and just picking all my crap up at Orbit every month. If I could, I need to talk to Mark over there and be like, hey, if I came once a month, picked up some stuff, could I get you to hold this? If I could if I get him to hold, the 4 to 6 releases I want every month, I could make that drive over there. But it's like almost 2 hours. It's an hour and 45 minutes for me to get to Orbit. But after I do all those drives to Walmart, I've already burned that hour and 45 minutes up. So I might as well drive to Orbit is my idea. But I could only afford to do that like once a month with gas mileage and everything. Excuse me, guys. I'm sorry. I'm way behind on the chat, about 10 minutes behind again. I do apologize. Fool's Gold sequel. They could bring those two back. They could do a Fool's Gold, I guess. I remember having a fun time with that, but I just like Matthew McConaughey. So, Movie Hunter. I seen you pop up, buddy. Where'd you go? Where'd you go? Ah, there you are. Hey. How's it going? Thanks for popping in, buddy. I appreciate it. I know I chose a really funky time today, but I'm seeing some great people in here. Thank you all. Yeah. Like I said, I don't really usually like to double dip. But I didn't overpay for the slipcover of Weird, and for $15, I think I'm gonna like this movie. Anyways, and it's just a really nice steel book. Like I said, I don't do that too often, because I like to get different movies. Like, I like to get a variety of movies rather than the same movie 12 times over. But we all have our favorites that we buy a couple times over, So I just can't do that with, 45 different movies. I just grabbed the steelbook for the Mean one from Walmart. It looks hilarious. Yes, I really want to see that, and I loved the way the steelbook looked. But all three of those Walmarts I went to, not even a spot for it to be stocked. So I don't know where all these magical Walmarts are, guys. I really don't. I really don't. They're not around me. My favorite Kill Bill 1 scene. My favorite part on the Kill Bill. Okay, so part 1, when oh, what's her name? I'm just gonna say the actress. When Lucy Liu runs down the table and with the sword real quick, and then I'm just gonna leave it at that. If you know, you know, but takes the dome right off, yo. Well, happy early birthday, Sarah, if I don't see you between now and then. The special features. So, okay, so that's something else about the Kill Bill movies. Um I'm not really excited about any of them because I've seen them all. They're all the exact same um special features that were on them. That's why I say I would tiptoe around getting them if you already have the original Blu-rays, because they do something else funky with these where they add some motion blur in. So sometimes, like, some of their faces will go a little blurry. Overall, these are definitely worth the upgrade with the in the uptick, and they do have a really nice presentation with the packaging and everything. I hate that, like, they put really nice disc art on them. But I hate that they put them in eco cases. If they're going to start doing all the new releases in eco cases, I'm kind of screwed because I don't have the kind of money to buy replacement cases for every single new release I buy. But I hate eco cases. But it is what it is, I guess. We just have to take what we can get at this point. Uh, I actually really enjoyed the cover art for these. I thought that they were really neat. They were a little different. So that's why I say I was happy with the slip covers. But I'm definitely going to try to sell my standard Blu-rays to just recoup a little bit of my money back if I can. I just don't really know the best way to do that. Favorite 3 music scores or ones you really like? I don't really know much about that. I don't really know much about music scores. Off the top of my head, I don't think about music scores too often. And I've just seen so many movies that's just something that I don't really think about too much. And I don't know much about SC Hint, so I can't answer that either. Yes, please make sure you go hit her up for a subscribe. Lionsgate Limited is also announcing more titles on the 27th. Wonder what titles are coming up. Probably more Quentin 4Ks. I mean, this seems to be the month for it. Why not? Like I said, they just need to do more. If they're going to try to do boutique style stuff, they need to be more boutique-ish, in my opinion. Yes, for Django and Hateful Eight. It wouldn't surprise me either, Johnny, because I just got Django Unchained for the very first time a couple months ago on Blu-ray. I haven't seen that one. That's one of the Quentin movies I haven't seen. So it's probably coming. It's probably coming. And I think I just got Hateful Eight not that long ago as well. Like within the last 6 or 9 months. I've seen it, but I think I've seen it on Netflix maybe. I don't know. That's one that I need to definitely check out again. Yeah, I would like to see them too, but not for $42, $45 a piece. Maybe more like, I don't know, if they're gonna do the slipcovers for 27, do the steelbooks for 35. That's what I think. But that's just what I think on it. But like I said, I'm very happy to have gotten these. I'm glad that they're bringing out the Quentin Tarantino films. I definitely want to get Jackie Brown at some point. I just couldn't find myself getting the funds together to get it. Now, I know I probably, what's $15? I could have just skipped out on the Weird Al one and got Jackie Brown, but I already have Jackie Brown, and I really like the Blu-ray digibook I have for it. And I know, yes, I already have Weird as well, but I mean, this was a half price steelbook, you know, so I kind of just felt like I had to jump on it, and I feel like the Jackie Brown slipcover, it'll be obtainable for a while. I don't feel like that's going to be really hard for me to get, just in the grand scheme of things. But anyways, guys, you know, I'm going to go ahead and call it here at this. You know, we're about an hour and a half in. This was just, you know, I had a little bit of free time today to be able to pop in on here. I have a couple, I guess that was what that noise was. I just got a notification that my package was delivered. So I will have a video up. Probably my Wednesday video will be my Arrow 50% off haul. I'll probably do that on Wednesday next week. I don't know if I'll do a curated video for this weekend. This live stream might be the curated video for this weekend, and that's only because I have game night coming up tonight, and tomorrow my wife has the day off, so I'll be spending time with my wife and kids and my family tomorrow instead of we're usually doing what I do on Sundays and recording some videos. So sometimes I'll record one on like a Sunday and get it out Sunday night for you guys, but I don't think I would do that this week. Instead, this was my weekend video. Maybe I'll throw a short out, a little hello for my members. And I definitely need to get on here and talk about my 52-week movie challenge. So I might just pop off with a live stream out of nowhere talking about that, because I'm already we're ending week 4 tomorrow, and I've already watched my first 4 for the 52-week challenge. So I definitely want to talk about that with you guys, and show what I've watched, and maybe get some ideas for new movies to add in. I'm using the 52-week challenge myself to watch movies I already have. So, like I said, I got some things I got to do this evening. But you guys, you know, you guys follow me on Instagram. You guys follow me on here. I'm always in other people's live streams and chatting. Feel free to reach out and say hi to me. Comment on the videos if you like. And I'll reach back out too. Yes. Live long and prosper. And yes, Holland, you enjoy your weekend as well, my friend. Like I said, I would buy the 4Ks because I'm a big fan of them. If you already have the Blu-rays and you don't have necessarily all the right equipment to get the uptick in sound and video quality, it may not be worth it, because you really need video quality. Actually, I want to talk about that real quick. So I watched this. The reason why I have it in my player, I watched this on my OLED a little bit today before the stream, because I watched it last night at my mom's house. She's got an 82-inch Samsung LCD. What I will tell you is, the bigger the TV you have, the more imperfections you will see on volume 1 than you will in volume 2. What I will say is, volume 1 sounds a lot better than volume 2. The audio uptick is great. Now they have the exact same audio, but the 4K really helps with that. So I did want to talk about that a little bit. The audio uptick does help out. 4K really gives you more bandwidth for that audio. So, but yeah, I got to get off here. It's almost 3 o'clock. I got things I got to go and do, and I got to go be a productive human in society today. I'd much rather hang out here on YouTube and hang out with all my friends, but I can't. But until next time, everyone, I will see you guys later. Bye, Corey. Good night, Laren. Good afternoon, and goodwill. And goodbye, everyone. Thank you all for popping in, staying high, and hanging out with me. And until next time, later.
Allow me to introduce each one of you, because after all, you each play an equal role in this establishment.
Y'all gotta bring Big Baby his money. bring big baby his money. Bring big baby, bring big baby, bring big baby his money.